Okay, I'm going to need to be doing this video in my glasses, so I apologize for any glare from lights. This may surprise you, but today's video has to do with knitting, crocheting, designing, spinning, weaving, and dyeing. And you're probably going, really? You're doing a video on that? Well, I'm doing a video on that because my wife is actually a professional dyer. She has her own business, which is called Fiber Play, and she produces high-quality hand-dyed yarns and rovings commercially. And because of that, she's been involved in a lot of websites that have to do with various of the fiber arts. One of which was a site called Ravelry, which is according to their own site, is a place for knitters, crocheters, designers, spinners, weavers, and dyers to keep track of their yarn, tools, project, and pattern information, and to look to others for ideas and inspiration. It's a user-driven community, is what it says on it, and a perfect place, they say, to find the patterns and information and everything that you need. It sounds all hunky-dory, except for one thing. A few days ago, she read this to me, so I made sure to get it down so I can read it to you. They put on their notice when she went on it, "We are banning support of Donald Trump and his administration on Ravelry." Now, this is a private company, so they do have the right to do this, but still, let's go on a little bit here. This includes support in the form of forum posts, projects, patterns, profiles, and all other content. Note that your data, I'm going to skip this part. Your project data won't be deleted. You can get it, but you just can't show it to anybody else. I'm going to skip through this part. And even if you end up being banned, they will give you a copy of your data, and you can get any patterns you've actually purchased. Some of them are free, and then some of these patterns need to be purchased. The reason they state this is we cannot provide a space that is inclusive of all and also allow support for open white supremacy. Support of the Trump administration is undeniably support for white supremacy. And then they go into their policy notes here, and I'm going to read some of these because they're interesting. You can still participate. If you do in fact support the administration, you just can't talk about it here. We are not endorsing the Democrats nor banning Republicans, because that would be 100% illegal, and they would lose their business license. We are definitely not banning conservative politics. Hate groups and intolerance are different from other types of political positions. Well, apparently not, because you're saying that this is hate group information, even though you have no proof that Donald Trump has anything in any way supports white supremacy. We are not banning people for past support. That's nice of them. They're not going to get you if you did it in the past. Do not try to weaponize this policy by entrapping people who do not support the Trump administration into voicing their support. Similarly, antagonize conservative members for an unstated position is not acceptable. And then this last part really gets me. You can help by flagging any of the following items if they constitute support for Trump or his administration. Projects. Unacceptable projects will be provided to the member or made invisible to others. Patterns. Unacceptable patterns will be returned to drafts. Forum posts. Right now, only posts written after Sunday, June 23rd at 8 a.m. Eastern. Profiles. Unacceptable avatars or a profile text will be removed. So I was reading this and going, this is absolutely amazing. Now I'm going to give you another definition they need to know. Fascism is a system of government marked by the subjugation of the individual to state authority under some form of dictator with strict socio-economic controls and suppression of opposition through censorship, violence, and terror. Well, congratulations, Ravelry. You have now established yourself as having fascist tendencies. You are saying that people cannot have their own opinions. And the thing about this is this isn't a political forum. Had they wished to eliminate the issue of political discussion, they could have just simply said, we are restricting all political discussion on our site. Okay? That would have meant that you were, but as it is now, you're particularly saying one thing, and one thing only, that you are indeed, that Donald Trump is a white supremacist, which of course there's no evidence to that, and that we are not going to allow anyone to discuss that on our site. So in other words, you can have pussy hats. They provide the patterns for this on the sites. That's okay. You can have hats that say blank Trump. I don't want to get in trouble for getting too on on YouTube for using too much profanity. But if you have those are okay. You can have anything that makes fun of the Trump administration or any conservative form or whatever. But if you do anything that leans any way in a favorable matter, you will be censored and your stuff will be prohibited. Okay, well, that is the absolute textbook concept of the idea of fascism. So, congratulations to Ravelry. You have now embraced the techniques that were used by the fascists, and the communists too, but the fascists particularly. Which means you've also are embracing the same techniques and methods that were used by the Nazis. So that would either make you nitty Nazis or Nitsies. Well, whatever the case is, shame on you. You live in a country that has freedom of speech, and you are telling people they don't have a right to have their opinions and their freedom of speech just because you don't like it. So, shame on you.
If you wish to join the quest for knowledge, the battle for truth, please hit the like button, recommend my channel to others, and of course, subscribe. Thank you kindly.